Hello, housemates, and welcome back to Knights of the Old Republic 2. We are on the River Lethe playing this classic RPG. Now, hopefully you can all hear me pretty well, and once we get to some dialogue, you'll be able to hear that well too. I saw in the comments that after I balanced the sound down so that I could be heard over the sound effects, particularly in combat, that I turned down the vocals too much, that is, for the conversations, and so basically no one heard any of the HK bot's sterling, hilarious condescension. You may have been able to read it, but you couldn't hear it in all of its glory, and I apologize for that. I'm pretty sure that I fixed that. I've gone through, I've tested some dialogue, I've tested a couple different sound levels. Everything should be a-okay. If not, then it's something between the transition from OBS to YouTube, which is going wrong, and I'll have to look into that. But hopefully it's all fixed now. So, if you did not recall, last time we were going around these dormitories, picking up hollow logs off of dead people in order that we could find a code to a door. Now we know that HK, impersonating a security officer, reversed the order of the code. So whatever code we find, we need to put in backwards. Let's see what we can get. We have already played the Mine Administrator's log. We have already played Cortus log. We have two more logs that we can look at now, the Mine Foreman and the Dock Officer. We have not looked at those yet, so let's do it. All right, much trouble. So dangerous. Wow.
Manama treto sobre barakto drun. Krishe mentru gre babano flank tour na saganich. Gravawe no ku se tabate. Trawinsto sopotuto neliep grimpatado. Trawinsto busuto neliep grampatada. Teleronda nana nintolo gradatira. Der winterunto wakare kwe wapatera tanan chingaradana. Ferra rampada no the rincada
del camera Jedi, according to this Celestan Dock Officer.
Relibe coronto so mele grima con corregim passa. Rechu contrada suma con cere non grum. Geractada cemenza bingar rucototo und chuchur remananza. Der winterunto wakare kwe wapatera tanan chingaradana. Ferra rampada no the rincada nel camera cella fibo no botat. Dosene garamala blue incidera mel rebe chinchin cranactada.
So, interesting facts about the type of being that dude is. As I said, he is called a Celestan. That is the name of his species. And if I remember correctly, the actor who played the Celestan in Return of the Jedi, the co-pilot or second in command for Lando Calrissian on the Millennium Falcon, was actually simply speaking something like his own native language. I don't recall exactly where this actor was from, so I don't know what language it was, but I believe that I read that in a trivia guide or list somewhere fairly recently. So that's interesting to note. If anyone happens to know exactly what language it is, or if I'm just entirely misremembering this, you can definitely say so in the comments. Okay. He likes exclamation marks in his access entry titles. Let's check out some more.
Manama treto sobre barakto drun. Krishe mentru gre babano flank tour na saganich. Gravawe no ku se tabate. Trawinsto sopotuto neliep grimpatado. Trawinsto busuto neliep grampatada. Teleronda nana nintolo gradatira. Der winterunto wakare kwe wapatera tanan chingaradana. Ferra rampada no the rincada nel camera cella fibo no botat. Dosene garamala blue incidera mel rebe chinchin cranactada. Ferra to rampada no rinca nel camera cella fibo no. Turu kawre kare papanala ranchinga. Totorere senisensen.
So the Celestans seem to be very concerned with order and efficiency. I don't know much about them other than the things I've already said. I'm not deep into the lore of Star Wars in that way, but just from listening to what he says, that seems to be what he's interested in. He just wants things to run smoothly. All right, access entry incomplete. Something bad must happen to our friend here.
Manama treto sobre barakto drun. Krishe mentru gre babano flank tour na saganich. Gravawe no ku se tabate. Trawinsto sopotuto neliep grimpatado. Trawinsto busuto neliep grampatada. Teleronda nana nintolo gradatira. Der winterunto wakare kwe wapatera tanan chingaradana. Ferra rampada no the rincada nel camera cella fibo no botat. Dosene garamala blue incidera mel rebe chinchin cranactada. Ferra to rampada no rinca nel camera cella fibo no. Turu kawre kare papanala ranchinga. Totorere senisensen. In the session tranda un lontros na what sesh? One of you senisensen drawiche canel commercial cella fibo no.
Punched in the back.
Your ears always were too big, CN. Come on, if the maintenance officer comes through on the explosions, these dorms are gonna be filling up soon. And shut that damn data pad off and throw it down the refresher.
So, learned some other interesting things about Solistans. They think that, or they seem to accord bigness with being more angry and unreasonable. They consider themselves to be reasonable and calm, and they take humans to be general sort of liars. So, poor Cien, is that what his name was? Yeah. Was found out and punched in anger, punched to death apparently with one punch. That was pretty frail of him, but it's not a matter anymore. Let's return to main functions. We have one more log to play, and that is the dock officer. So Cien was the mine foreman, so we're gonna go with the dock officer. All right, here we go. Evacuation.
We managed to get to the dormitories. We should be safe here.
Nope.
We've been trying to use the holo-transmitter to beam a transmission to the administration level to end the lockdown. But the administration console's been severed from the main
Good
hub.
old HK was thorough.
Everyone thinks we should try to evacuate on our own as soon as possible. But there's no way to break the dormitory seals from the inside. I'm going to keep sending distress calls in the meantime. We've been trying to find a way to circumvent the lockdown and get to our hangar bay, but so far, no luck.
Bummer. Fuel depot force field.
The situation's worse than we thought. Even if we get out of here, we can't shut down the fuel depot force fields if a fuel leak was detected. If so, the only way off this asteroid is if a ship docks with us.
Phantom
but the
leak.
only connection to the docking platform is on the administration level, and we can't get up to the docking bay while we're trapped here. I only hope someone survived the explosion in the mining tunnels. If not, then we're stranded here. Unless our transmission reaches a passing ship, or a Telos freighter.
Finally, distress transmission.
Managed to use the holo-transmitter here as a crude relay to beam short-burst transmissions outside the Paragas facility. With any luck, the transmission will carry beyond the asteroid field. We've set the emergency transmission on automatic playback. We're using a simple military flash code to transmit the code to the turbolifts, so maybe our rescuers can get down to the dormitory when they reach the station. Without those turbolift codes, our rescuers wouldn't be able to get here from the administration level. And without those codes, we wouldn't be able to get to the administration level if we found a way out on our own. The messages are short distress calls only, since we can't get much signal strength. It's pretty weak, so unless a ship is actively searching the area, it might be a long time before a ship picks up the message. After all, who would be scouring frequencies way out here looking for trouble?
So, one of the interesting things that we've kind of discovered about the various miners and other personnel here is that they were all fairly competent, right? So the security officer was enacting some decent plans. That officer, what was he? The dock officer seemed to know a lot about, things. He was resourceful in a pinch. Obviously the mine foreman was good at his job, organizing, keeping things running smoothly. And that's not often the case with, random NPC characters in RPG games. I find that it's a nice touch that they're not all just sort of useless, bungling morons compared to the heroes and the antagonists of the heroes. Now, granted, relatively speaking, to a protocol quote-unquote droid, they may have been incapable, but he was going through lots of trouble to make sure that even their resourcefulness couldn't get them out of their situation. And we note that in one of the other holologs where we see Korta and I guess two of his co-conspirators gunned down by droids, that this was something that was only going to happen if they'd made it as far as they did. So that was sort of a backup plan of HK, which shows that they were resourceful enough to get through the first line of defense, whatever that happened to be. So I just find that's a nice touch. Okay, so I think we've already checked the transmission. We can look at it again.
The code to open the turbo-lift when or if help arrives. Code is a simple group of
we already
5
know what
numbers.
it is.
3, 17,
So
13,
our intelligence
then the
check
next two numbers are
allowed us to, figure out the what the flash code is. Excuse me. And so what we know is that it is 3, 17, 13, 5, 7. We also know that it needs to be inputted backwards. Now, if that that means 7, 5, 13, 17, 3, or 7, 5, 31713, I'm not quite sure yet. Probably the former rather than the latter. Okay, so we have now looked at all of the logs available to us. We are not really able to do much in the way of getting mines to blow up these inaccessible doors, which is a bummer, but that's just not the way we built our character. We could try and put on that, there's a demolitions harness or something like that we could try and put on. See if we could then, with one skill in demolitions, harvest some mines from somewhere and then go put them on the door. We might try that. I don't think it's very likely that that will work. So let's check our map. This is a door that we have not opened. Let's see what's in here. I should have stealthed first. Yup. Alright, I'm not too worried about it. Goodbye. There's another one behind us. I'm being carbonated. I'm also just standing around. I guess carbonite knocks you out of combat order. No, that didn't work. Alright, droid's dealt with. Let's see if we get anything interesting here. Minor sonic detonator. Oops. Heat shielding Mark 1. That looks like an armor modifier module thing. Okay. More consumables. Anything else in here? Doesn't look like it. Alright. So, here is the turbo lift. Cafeteria. That's how we got in here. It's a workbench. So I think pretty much everything we want to do is this way. I don't think that there are any mines at this point that we can find to harvest. So we're just going to have to deal with the fact that we can't get into those rooms. And we're pretty certain that one of those rooms contains a stash that someone stupidly wrote down about on the datapad. Alright, so here we are. We have the codes. Let's input them. Okay, so we can access some camera logs. Did we already do this?
Almost didn't make it out of the dormitory section before the lockdown, you
Yes.
Oh yeah, we did watch this.
Try the code.
Oh,
Bye
they
bye.
were.
What?
This is where we're told that they are
Keep trying
reversed.
it.
But then you had to ruin
Yeah,
statement.
yeah.
Mocking query. Corta, are you dead yet?
And there's
Smug statement.
the lovely
I
voice of
believe I forgot
HK.
to mention that I reversed the turbolift codes. In case you managed to get this far.
See, it was not his. He intended for them to die before they got there, so they were resourceful enough or lucky enough to get through, which is just going to what I said before. Open turbolift door. Okay, so we don't even have to like do anything special, do anything on our own. Our intelligence check will do it for us. That can be a little bit of a bummer in role-playing games where your intelligence score, and particularly in video game ones, where your intelligence score just does things for you. Now, that is also one of the great weaknesses of role-playing games in general, is that it is practically impossible to play someone of a different intelligence than yourself. It's perhaps possible to play someone of a lower intelligence than yourself. It is almost surely impossible to play someone with a significantly higher intelligence than yourself. So that sort of necessitates putting in these type of automatic provided answer type things with intelligence scores. It's probably uncircumventable in terms of game design if you actually want to give everyone the chance to move through the game. But you know, it's still a little bit of a bummer, I think. Any case, we are going to use our intelligence score to enter the code in reverse. We are not going to waste a spike doing that. we don't need to enter it manually. It just take longer. So, here we go. I'm so smart, HK. Let's log out. Okay, XP. We are slowly undoing all of HK's work. Now remember, there is also a ship which has docked with us. It took forever to do so, and it has probably put onto the ship a really ugly zombie Jedi.
I have felt a disturbance. Our enemy is here. We must leave at once.
Nah. Enemy?
The one that fired upon the Ebon Hawk as we attempted to rescue you. And he will not let us go without blood being shed.
Let's see. We could be very bloodthirsty. We could be curious. We could be confident. We could be sensible. We're going to be curious. Wait, who is this enemy?
The story is a long one, and time is short. Come, we must go, and quickly.
We must go. All right, let's go.
We need to make our way to the docking area on this level. I fear the airlock has already opened, and if so, we must be on our guard. If we cannot reach the Ebon Hawk, then we must find a way to escape on the ship that is docked here.
Kreia has joined your party. When she is your active party member, her mentor special ability gives everyone a bonus to earned experience points. Yeah! I love experience points. Okay, I feel like I've missed a bunch of stuff here. There is, for instance, a T3 droid lying around in some fuel line somewhere. We didn't do that at all. So I think I may have taken a wrong turn earlier on, and I kind of want to rectify that if possible. I don't want to leave poor Lethe behind here. So we have Kreia in our party. She needs to level up.
I hear you.
Level up. It's time. I will never auto-level up anyone. Never give me this option. Alright, so she is a consular, the mage-type category. So that means that she particularly needs wisdom and charisma in terms of attributes. So you can see she already has a high wisdom. Her charisma is low-ish. So just to refresh ourselves, wisdom represents willpower and perception, adds modifiers to Jedi force points and force power saving throws. The force powers of a Jedi with high wisdom are much harder to resist, obviously important for a mage-type character. Charisma allows, excuse me, it reduces the penalty when using force powers of an opposite alignment. So if we wanted to, I'm assuming that she's light side, I haven't looked yet, if we wanted to push her towards, not push her towards the dark side, push her towards the ability to use dark side powers, we would need to raise her charisma. It also simply says, without elaborating, that a high charisma score increases the potency of a character's force powers. So, she's got a good constitution already. I don't need to bother with that. Her general scores are pretty good. I'm going to buff her charisma. I want to make her force powers more potent. Or should I specialize her? Adds modifiers to Jedi Force points. Actually, I'm going to specialize her in wisdom now that I think about it. Okay. Now onto her skills. She is stealthy, aware, and has treat injury. I'm going to... Do I want to give her any repair? No. I'm going to, I guess, bring her stealth up in line with the rest of her stuff. So treat injury is good. We don't have that on our character, so it's good to have her. I assume that we can use other characters other than the main character to interact with workbenches, in which case we can use their skills, which make up for deficiency in our own character, to craft things. In this case, medical things and chemical stuffs. All right, good. Powers. Let's see, so we want to make her, so she's sort of seems to be like maybe a support type caster, so we want to, I think, buff that or reinforce that with our power choices. So this is a self buff. She already has this burst of speed. I think this is probably a good one. This power increases the physical attributes and saving throws of the Jedi and party members by 2 points and lasts for 20 seconds. I think I'm going to add that to make her a support type character. Okay, we shall accept. And we are all leveled up. Alright, let's switch characters. And let's figure out what we want to do here. So we are here. That takes us to the mining tunnels. We know we can't go back that way. The docking port, security room, prison. We did not go this way at all. I'm afraid that I've missed a big opportunity somewhere along the line, which irritates me to no end. And if I were... Oops. Uh-oh. There's like stealth goons. No, stealth goons. It irritates me to no end to have missed something like that. And if I were playing this on my own and not recording it, I would totally like replay this whole game just to get that missing content. But I won't do that. I won't subject you to that kind of repetition. Is he about to get jacked? No. We all about to get jacked?
What in space is going on? Who's this? Another Jedi? What, did you guys suddenly start breeding when I wasn't looking?
Yes, it's parthenogenesis, dude. Atten, there's no time to explain. Grab a weapon and follow me.
Alright. I'm guessing that Republic ship that just docked isn't carrying friends of yours.
I don't have friends.
I hope your talent for understatement is offset by your skill with a blaster.
So,
if
hopefully
not, then I
those
fear
background
our time
droids will be
together
helpful. I did
shortly.
reprogram them.
Yeah, and
But
I'm also
everyone's
good
an
at running
organic
and
here.
drinking, Your Majesty. And even if you two aren't big friends of the Republic, that warship's the only way off this station.
Atten has joined your party. As long as he isn't the last party member standing, he can't be knocked out. And his saving throws improve the more he's wounded. Well, that's pretty interesting. So, with a support character in the form of Kreia, and me as the main character, we can kind of have Atten, I guess, tank, because he can't be knocked out, and his saving throws are going to get better and better the more he's wounded, so he can't be knocked out. That means when he's down at low hit points, as long as other people aren't in danger of dying, he's going to be super tough. So that sounds like a good combo that we've got going for the time being.
Good thing we have a clear run to the ship.
Threat. Master, perhaps I did not enunciate clearly the last time we spoke. I suggested that you should shut down, stay put, and wait for rescue.
And so now we can show that we know all along what he has been. No, you were clear. I just don't listen to assassin droids.
Clarification. Assassin droid is such a crude term, Master, reserved for Durasteel drones uploaded with only the most archaic kill programs. The function I perform has been referred to as wanton slaughter. I prefer to see it as a means of facilitating communication, resulting in the termination of hostilities.
And hostiles. Let's see. So, you mimicked the maintenance officer's voice to control the droids and kill all the miners in the medical bay?
Indignant answer. Master, the miners intended to place you in jeopardy. I could not allow that to take place, so I was forced to negotiate a termination of hostilities.
Negotiate, indeed.
After reprogramming the mining droids to mine any organics they perceived, they began to kill the miners one by one. Then a series of flawlessly timed explosions drove the miners into their dormitories, where I was able to gas them all at once without wasting time hunting them through the mining tunnels.
Efficiency.
I then administered a large dose of sedatives to the remaining miners in the med bay, enough to kill them, but ensure you slept peacefully.
We'd all figured this out
Of course,
already.
against my calculations, you awakened from your tank prematurely. I am ashamed by the inconvenience that caused for both of us.
And so you ordered the mining droids to kill me?
Answer? You misunderstand me, Master. Those droids were there to guard you. As I said, I did not anticipate you awakening from the tank. You are quite a hardy specimen for a Jedi. A wrong toe among humans, if you will indulge me the metaphor. Besides, as you proved, Master, such droids could never pose a threat to a Jedi. The droids were custodial in nature, cleaning the facility of other distractions.
I suddenly have this notion that the guy voicing HK is the same guy who voices Stanley Gimble in Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. I'm gonna have to look into that. Why did you want to capture me?
Answer. It is beyond the scope of my programming to probe the motivations of my clients, Master. Suffice to say that I am being well compensated for my services. You have been a difficult target to find.
Why do droids need
You have
money?
been wandering the galaxy since the end of the Mandalorian Wars, leaving little record of your passage. It is as if you did not wish to be found by hunters such as myself.
Can you blame me?
Or more likely, the Jedi Order.
You found me. Obviously, I didn't do a good job. Actually, no, I want to continue probing. Who is this client of yours?
Chiding answer. My programming renders me incapable of revealing the
I don't think so.
identity
I'm
of
not sure
my
your programming
client,
prevents
Master.
you from doing anything.
However, I am free to say that my client is wealthy and very interested in possessing the last of the Jedi.
You found me. Obviously, I didn't do a good job.
Admission? It was a matter of chance, Master. I happened to be serving as a protocol droid on the Harbinger when you booked passage. After that, it was a simple matter to sabotage the Harbinger and call for a retrieval. Irritated statement. However, when the Ebon Hawk appeared and salvaged us from the wreckage, I was forced into a series of rapid recalculations, culminating in our current situation.
So, what now? Are you going to kill me?
Answer. No, Master. Killing you was never the intention. If you resist my attempts to return you to your KOTOR tank, however, I may inadvertently fracture your skeleton in several places to incapacitate you.
How did you manage to find me in the first place? I think is already... So now we are going to be with either 3, 4, or 5. We can say, I don't want to fight you, but I will if you leave me no other choice. Enough of this, you won't take me without a fight. I'm tired of listening to you, prepare to be scrapped. I would never be tired of listening to HK, so I can't say that. I feel that I'm getting on track of being a little too goody-goody. So I'm going to go for more of a survival-driven answer. To be like, look, I'm not going to be taken without a fight. Enough of this. You won't take me without a fight.
Resignation. Very well, Master. If inflicting pain is the only means to resolve this matter, then you leave me no choice.
Everything fucking stealthed? So we have these droids around us that we have reprogrammed to defend organics, and it looks like they just did that a little bit for us, which is handy. So let's take some time to level him up. No auto level, never. He's a scoundrel, a level 3 scoundrel. So he's dex based. I'm assuming he's like a quick draw gunslinger type dude. And remember, his constitution probably doesn't matter as long as everyone else is sort of safe. So I will probably simply focus on making him better at killing. Attributes. So as a scoundrel, he may be slightly skill-based, although he does not have the intelligence to get extra skills. It would be too much of an investment to bother with that, so we won't. So we are definitely just going to go dex all the way with him. Skills. Yeah, so he has 2 remaining skill points. We don't have much in the way of demolition, so that would be good for us. For him to take that. Yeah, we're pretty much just gonna leave him Yeah, we'll just do demolitions with him, like that. I haven't? Oh, sorry. And then some in awareness, because it's always good for multiple people to be aware. Alright, except everyone is leveled up. So we need to make sure that I'm not sure we can do much to make sure that he's the brunt of things. We will just have him shoot things a lot. So he has sniper shot, attack. Let's take, oh actually, we should definitely, all right, he doesn't have any ion stuff. So let's just have him sniper shot some things. Let's move to you. You, all right, well, I imagine that this droid here, okay, we can't stun that. So let's just throw a grenade. You, I'm gonna do Force Valor. So let's see how this turns out.
Just say the word.
Or you could do that. Did you do the Force Valor? Is that what you're doing now? I don't know what's going on.
I hear you.
Okay. Okay, I need to switch you to Jedi support. Hey. No, not you. You. Yeah, no. Come on. I'm gonna have to figure out this later, apparently. Stealth, solo mode, switch weapons. She doesn't have any weapons. Okay, we can also, we should have done this already, equipping people. Constitution +1, Strength +1, Fortitude +2, Reflex, Demolitions +1. Might as well put Strength on her. What does a pheromone package do? Persuade and Charisma. Oh, that needs to be on you. Then we can put the Reflex package on you. Breath Mask, not necessary. So we have a Plasma Torch for her. I guess that'll work. Just to give her something here. Alright, I still don't know if you actually did this. Do this. You continue doing your thing. And you...
Just say the word.
You might want to use a med pack. Might want to use a med. Do it. Hey. Oh. My bad. Okay, stun.
More where that came from.
Focus combat mode. 2, 1. Systems failing,
Okay.
Systems failing, Master.
Okay. Alright, we finished that up. So, nice little thing here. When you're heavily injured, you sort of hold your arm like, oh god, I'm in pain. Okay, we can level up some people.
I hear you.
Hey, hey. Okay, level up. Skills. We will continue focusing on demolitions and awareness. Oh, we have more, so do this thing. Okay, feats. Sneak attack 3. Okay, so I want to see what that actually does. I mean, I'm sure it just adds die, but I want to see what situations it adds die in. Okay, so he already has sniper shot. He can get improved sniper shot. Feat triples the current threat range of the ranged attacks. So that's pretty good. He already has those blaster things. Empathy, no. Flurry. Melee attack is not helpful to us. Rapid shot. Extra ranged weapon attack. Power blast. No. No. Does he have duelist already? That sounds like something that'd be good for him. Toughness. Scoundrel's luck. Dueling. We might do that with him, or we could like focus him into like heavy blaster weaponry. Doesn't necessarily seem good. Increases the damage done with ranged weapons by 1. Applies a -2 penalty to any. Well, that sounds great. This goes down the line to. Yeah, so that makes him good against. Doesn't apply against throne line. So this is good against Jedi, it seems like. Yeah, I think we're going to give him precise shot. Okay, accept. Now we can level you up. Skills, treat injury, awareness. Okay, powers. Where do you need to get this? Level 9. Force body, no. Stun. Stun's probably good. Force aura. Are there any other support powers that we can get right now? She already has a dark side power. Interesting. Throw lightsaber, drain force, force scream, mind trick. Excuse me. Let's go for stun. That's a support type power, actually. Okay. Good. So we are going to end this episode right here, and when we come back, we will deal with seeing whether we can get some of the content that I feel like I missed. We will deal with HK's corpse, and we will see about those cloaked guys that were following us around. If you liked this video, and I don't see how you couldn't, please hit the thumbs up button. If you're interested in seeing more combat, more content, also combat, from me, then please subscribe to my channel. If you're not going to do either of those things, as usual, I don't care what you do.